Hello, Internet! This is LordMaddog, and I'm coming at you today with another SOULSLIKE project tutorial. And seeing that we've pretty much finished all of the NPC and combat type style stuff, I think we pretty much covered all the bases on that. If there is something that I missed or you want to know, do not hesitate to ask in the comments, and I'll go ahead and make a tutorial about it. And saying as that's done, we're going to go move on to build items. Now, build items can be a little bit more complicated, and so we're going to take them in steps. This one, we're just going to be adding a pretty easy, simple, easy to add one, but we have to do a lot of steps to prepare to actually start to add that. So let's go ahead and jump right on in. As you see here, I have an alchemy table in front of me, and we're going to cut this thing up into pieces, and then we're going to create its destruction mesh, and then we'll move on to actually making the actual item, the build item. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to come over here and add fractures. Go to fractures. Now they've changed this thing completely from what it used to be. I don't know if I like the interface any more than I used to. I think it's actually kind of easier to understand before, but you know, to each his own. I'm not going to complain too much about it. It's just going to take me a little bit to navigate it a little bit more. So we're going to go and we're going to add a destruction, destruction. We're going to find our alchemy table. I've already made the folder, create table. Here we are. We have now cut this. Now we need to cut this into 4. We're going to slice it. We're going to change these settings to 1, 1, 1, and see we're going to cut it into 4. And actually, I think we may even just cut it down only. Nope, wrong one. 0. Here, we're just going to cut it into there. We're just going to slice it into total of 4 slice, and we're going to hit fracture. That's to give me so many pieces here. We're going to explode it out and see exactly where the pieces are and what pieces went away. So as we see here, we have some floaty bits that we don't necessarily need to have cut. We're going to go ahead and select those and select this. Then we're going to go geomerge, and we don't need this to float away. We're going to hit on that with this, and we're going to geomerge that. We don't need you to float away. And geomerge that, and here we're down to 4. That's perfect. That's exactly what we want. We're going to shrink you back down. We're going to select all 4 items. We're going to come down here. We're going to hit to mesh. We're going to hit up here back to convert, and then we're going to scroll down to parts and put it in our alchemy part, and we're going to remove the GC from the front and hit SM because it's a SM. We're also going to remove that to there, and we will create 4 parts. Save. We're going to exit this selection mode and make sure we have the outliner. We have the GC. Yep, we can now delete that. We now are left with these 4 pieces here, but we're going to want to go to where they're at and actually change their names. So we're going to details. We don't need to have these little extra things on the end of them. It's just a small little pet peeve of mine that I have left go on way too many of these things, but I don't like it at all because you end up double spaces and stuff. Yep, there we go. That 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's perfect. Now we're going to go ahead and select these, and now these are those parts that we have there, and we're going to actually delete these, I think, because they have the little names on them. Since we changed them, we don't need that. We're going to just drag the new ones fresh anew back into the system. And now that it's done, we're going to come back up to here. We're going to go, and now we have the meshes that will be part of the main piece. We're going to fracture them to the destruction mesh. So we're going to fracture that, hit new, and we're going to go up to destructions. We're going to put this in destruction. We don't need the SM because it's not SM, and I think that's a work. Create geometry mesh. All right. Now we are going to either use a cluster or a uniform. Let's go with a uniform. And they have changed this to where it absolutely annoys me to no end, because now you can't see exactly what it's doing because it's got this weird box thing, and I'm not sure why they did that or how to change it. Oh wait, is that, did I just get rid of it? No. No. Now I messed things up. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I don't know why they have that boxing. You can't see at all what you're doing. That's really stupid. I'm going to guess it's a setting somewhere that they added that. I don't like it, and I don't know what to do about it. But anyway, we're going to probably change this into a cluster. We're going to cut this down to 1, 1, and cluster sites 1, and we're probably going to cut you down to 2. What we're trying to do here is, okay, yes, they've changed things dramatically. That's not going to work. 2. Okay. And we're trying to get it to kind of cut it in half as if a sword had sliced it. So we're just going to keep clicking on it until, there we go. And then we're going to break it to maybe 2 to 3 pieces. See how that turns out. Hit fracture. Let's see what we get. Come over here, see how many pieces we got. We got 4. I do not know why it's still doing that stupid boxing. I can't see at all the details. This is really annoying. Okay, so we've got 4 pieces. We got 1 small floater. You always do not want floaters because you're going to have problems with it causing lag when it drops. So if you get any small pieces like that, just merge. Well, that was dumb. I didn't mean to select all of them at the same time. Just these 2. Oops. Come on. I don't need that selected. Thank you. Just this piece and this piece here. Now those 2 pieces we're going to geomerge, and that leaves us with 3. 1, 2, and a small floating piece down here at the bottom. Let's go ahead and just make this into geomerge. Did that do that right? No, I did not do that right. And you know what? Let's just leave that 3 pieces. That's fine. 3 pieces. Doesn't seem like it's too small of a piece. Yeah, that's be fine. Okay, so now with that one, we're going to do the same thing to the next one. I'm sorry that it's taken me so long. They have changed the settings, and it's a little bit annoying on how it works. Let's just go ahead and make sure, nope, we don't want to do parts. We want to make sure it goes into the alchemy table, destruction, create collection, and let's just go ahead and hit fracture. We get 3 pieces. Are any of them really small? It's really hard to see because it's a stupid thing. Yes, we have 1 really small, tiny piece. That's annoying as heck. Let's see if we can figure out which one it is. And then connect it to the top one or the bottom one. It doesn't matter. We're going to go ahead and geomerge. There we are. We have only 3. I guess that's fine. This thing doesn't need to have too much destruction when it falls apart. Less destruction it has, it'll be fine. Okay, we're gonna do this one. On bigger items, you want to have more cluster and more fracture. It looks cooler, whatnot. But since this is just a small item to begin with, it's not a big deal. We're gonna make sure this goes into destruction alchemy table, create collection piece, and I don't think that's a good cut. That looks kind of like a good cut. I can't tell anymore because I got that stupid thing there. Oh man, that's annoying. Fracture. Okay, we got 5 fracture pieces. Let's see. Is there any one of these really small? Yes, there is indeed a really small piece. Let's what in the world? I can't see. So I'm trying to see which ones I'm selecting. I think this and this is one I want to collect and put them back together. Let's see. No, that's not it. Here it is. This one and this one, geomerge, and this one and this one. And I'll make, well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and leave that piece there. 3 pieces is fine. Yeah, I think that's good. Let's bring that back to small. Coming out here, and we're going to create this one again, like this. Create fracture, and we're going to go ahead and click on it till it looks a little bit better of a fracture. I doubt that's really bad. Fracture right there. How's about that? Nope. Come on. Give me a good fracture. Right there, down through the side. That looks good. Fracture. How many pieces we end up with? 5. Any really floating bits? Yeah, we've got 2 floaty bits. Just got to find them. That one there, and that one there. They're all kind of floaty bits. We're going to merge them together. Yeah, we are 3 pieces, and let's make sure that none of them are too small. Oh, that one there is definitely too small. So we're just going to merge it to the closest one, which is kind of hard to tell which one that is. Is that part of the cup? I think that's actually part of the cup. Or is that the cup? Yeah, that's part of the cup. Wait, how come that? Then maybe it's not a really small piece. It just looks like it's a small piece. You know, just to be sure, I'm going to go ahead and merge it to the table. And then we'll only have 2 pieces on this one. That's fine. What in the world? Well, there's a small inky-dink piece up there. Did I mess that up? Oh, yep. I got that connected to the wrong piece. Well, you know what? We should probably do a reset. Nope, there is no reset anymore. Where's the reset? Well, I'm not going to spin around and try to figure out where the heck... Oh, there it is. The reset. And just chop it again. Cluster. Let's see if we can get a better cut this time. Oh, wait, it's not reset. It didn't reset. It didn't reset. Ugh, I do not like the changes they made to this. I spent hours and hours learning how to get things work right, and then they went and changed everything, and they messed it all up. Can I hit reset on that? That work? Reset materials. What's reset materials do? Huh. Okay, so it should be able to fracture it again. Uniform. That looks like a good cut. Just try it. Fracture. We get how many pieces here? Man, it's so hard to see. They changed the textures and everything. It's like impossible to see anything. Those 2 together. Let's put those back together. Geomerge. And there should be those 2 pieces should probably be together too. Geomerge. All right. I put the wrong pieces. You know what? I'm not messing with it anymore. That's fine. I am not happy with this new settings, but that's fine. We will just survive with that. We'll look at it. I do not like those textures at all. I don't know why they did that. Yeah, that's a destroyed table. Don't look too bad. If I hit it here with a weapon, it should shatter though. Oh, bad weapon. Bad weapon to try to hit something on the ground with. There it goes. Oh, it didn't shatter at all. I wonder if they changed the default settings to make things shatter as well. Well, you may have to fiddle around with stuff to get them to be like you want. We'll test it after we're done here. Hopefully it shatters decently. There we are. We'll delete those. We don't need them anymore. We do want to save our... Did I accidentally... Yep, I actually did. That should not be here. That should be up here. In the alchemy destruction table piece here. Move here. There we are. We should have 5 pieces up here. Yep, the default and that one. Save. Save everything, makes everything good. Now we're going to actually start building the build item. We're going to come to blueprints. We're going to go actors. We're going to go build items. Then go into build. We're going to go base. We're going to create a child blueprint of my crafter because this is going to be an alchemy table, so it's a crafter. So alchemy table. There we are. Alchemy table. We're going to open this up. First thing we're going to do is check out the size. Make sure this will be 1. Yep, because this is a base set of 1. We're going to change this to being alchemy 1. There we are. We're going to change our this one to being a, well, we'll just mess with that here in a bit. This one also should be just the plain default static mess of alchemy table. So I'll explain what these pieces are once I have them all in place. And so now we need to change the static mess of this one. I mean the reset mess of this one. It's right here to be the alchemy table 1 geometry collection. And why is that 0? Let's change it back to 1, buddy. Okay, so Now, what each one of these are doing is this here is your your collision check mess. This is what test when you're trying to put it down whether or not it is colliding with something. So you're going to want to basically use the default mess for it because and have it just a tad bit smaller than the mess itself. As you see here, I have this scale down to 0.99. Yeah, to 0.9. Okay. This here is this is geometry mesh. These are the ones that will become, when the player destroys it, this is what will be shown. Okay. And this is the actual table itself. We now need to go ahead and add the rest of the alchemy tables into here, right underneath static mesh. There's that. And then we need to go ahead and add the rest of our geometry mess nope, that's not what I wanted. Come on, Daniel. Oh, where'd it go? It's down here. It's the reset mess. It's always kind of hard to find. There it is. There we are. We need to add the 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to just make them childs of that. There we are. Now we have all the stuff in here. We need to do one more override mesh, add mesh. We are now overriding add mesh. We don't need to do parent. Let's go ahead and open up a one to have an example so I can show you exactly what we're doing here. If you have any questions, if I'm not making things very clear, you just go ahead and ask in the thing, and I might even redo the blueprint if it isn't very clear, because I'm trying to make this as clear as possible, and I'm telling you exactly what I'm doing here. Let's go. It don't matter any of these wood, stone. Okay, here, base this thing here. We're going to come in here. We're going to grab this spawn place, add mesh. We'll open it up and we'll see what this does. This is actually adds the mesh to the system. All we're going to grab for now is the top parts here, add mesh. And this in here, yeah, okay. Copy. And no, yeah. Okay, I don't need the blueprint beginning. Control V. So each item has 2 mesh sets. Okay, it has the static mesh. This is what's displayed when the object is held and when it's being built. And then it also has a destruction mesh. That is what is being displayed when it dies. Now, originally I wanted to spawn each destruction mesh separately, but due to the constraints of chaos at the time, that was not possible. However, that would now be possible, but because I have the system built like this, and actually I think this is a more preferable way in the end to have both mesh inside the blueprint. So this is our geometry mesh, and what we have to do is we have to match up our geometry mesh with our static mesh. So our static mesh is going to equal our mesh to destruction, our foundation geometry 1. Oops. Yeah. Yeah. This one here, static mesh. Here. These 2 here. This here shows this is so you can change the textures, and the textures can be changed. So this is what this mesh is all about here. So I need to add all of my mesh to this, my actual static meshes. So I need the 1, 2, 3, 4. These need to be added right here. Now, if you're probably good at programming, you could probably add a script or something to do this easy enough. I don't need any of this arrays amount because we only got 4 pieces, not 10. Or 11 like the last one. Or was it 12? I didn't look at count. There we go. Remove. Now, as I was saying, with these here, this is matching up the static mesh with the destruction mesh. So when that piece of static mesh gets destroyed, it'll be it'll make this static mesh invisible and make the other mesh visible. So we're going to copy this because we got 4, and we're going to replace each one. So this is now going to be geometry mesh 2. So we're going to replace this one with that, and then we're going to replace this one with this, and we're going to duplicate again, and we're going to do the static mesh with 3, static mesh with the destruction mesh with 3, And we'll duplicate again. And we'll do static mesh 4 and the geometry mesh 4. There we go. And that is actually everything with the build there. It's a bit of setting up, and it might seem a little bit overwhelming at the first, but after you look at everything and see how it works, it's actually, well, I'd like to say everything's easy. So I don't know if that's actually true or not. Okay, so what we're going to also want to do is make this red thing here, my interaction sphere, a little bit bigger so the player can actually interact with it when they're around it. So let's go 95. So when the player walks up to it, they can actually see it. Now we're going to change the settings for the alchemy table itself. Okay, so this is craft type is already set to alchemy. Alchemy. Okay, I don't know how that happened. I guess the base mode I was messing with. Craft name. So instead of blacksmithing, we're just going to name it alchemy. So this is what will be displayed when you come up to it. Alchemy. Okay, we're not going to mess with the active or inactive or open like that. Spawn place text. I'm trying to remember what that's from. It is definitely an interactable. Extension. We do not want to do any extension, but we're not going to mess with that. Well, I think I can leave that empty, but I can't remember if that's actually true. There should be. Okay, yeah, it's not here. It's actually in the settings. Trying to remember where everything's at here. Spawn place. We don't need to mess with any of this. Adjustable defaults. Here it is. Interact. Craft. Cost. This is what's going to make it what you have cost to craft. We're going to make this wood. We're going to make it 2 wood. Oops, not wood arrows. Wood. My bad. Wood. We're going to make it, let's make it 4. 4 wood. And it's health. So it's max value. It's got 450, about 100 health. We could make it more or less. Anyway, build is upright, weight bearing. Not going to need to do that. Can be repaired. We do want it to be repaired, and it is not a switch. Okay, and this here we can change what it'll give back when it is destroyed. We're not going to mess with that. It's pretty good default settings. And I think that is everything for it. Yes. Now, this actually build item, if we place it in the world, is... Oh, what's going on here? Do I have it backwards? Do I have them in the wrong order? SM associated with SM Alchemy Table 2 cannot be found. What do you mean that? That's not right. I think that's just an error. Refresh nodes. Yeah, that was just an error. I was like, that's not right. What do you mean couldn't be found? If I were now, where did I put it? Alchemy table, Control B, open it up. We can now place it into the world here. We're going to come over to here, and while it's out here, we're just going to go ahead and hit manual place so we connect with it, and then we'll actually talk about being able to place it down here manually when we're building. So here, if we walk up to it, I should be able to craft, and it is why is it stone? It's crafting stone weaponry, not alchemy. I bet what I did is I messed up, and I have my alchemy set is. I must have got the 2 backwards when I set it up. That's something I'll have to change internally. Craft type. It should be. Why is it forge? Pennsylvania. I don't know. It should be. It should not be crafting forge equipment right now. I'll have to look that up in a second. Probably I'll come back in the next tutorial and tell you how I fixed it real quick. I'm pretty sure that's an internal bug that I have messed up, or I'm forgetting some one step in here. So that done, we have I'll destroy it. Let me actually equip a weapon that can actually destroy it better. The sphere is not the best at destroying items. Here we are. Oh, I forgot I took down my... I nerfed my character. There we are. See as it gets destroyed. item falls apart. Come on. This character's a little bit weak. Come on. There we are. It's falling apart. Come on, you can do it, character. No, I'm just gonna go ahead and repair it. I don't think I have any wood on me to repair it. If I had to repair it, I could just repair it there, but I don't. Okay, so that's basically the crafting. I don't need that there. Let's go ahead and make it so it can actually craft it when make it in the system. So I can actually spawn it through the building system. We're going to go blueprints. We're going to go data tables. And we're going to go to my build item list. And we're just going to add one down at the very bottom here. Add. We're going to name this new role alchemy table. Alchemy table. Build actor, alchemy table right at the top. Build type is going to be a deco because it's not a floor plan or anything along that lines. We don't want it snapping to things. We're going to name it alchemy table. Alchemy table. And we're going to name description a simple well, elaborate probably be more right, but alchemy table. There we are. And then we'll now have to build a build icon, which is easy. I've showed you how to do this many times to make an icon. We're going to come up to our utility grids. We're going to go icon picture taker, jump into here. We're going to viewport. Come on. There we are. We're going to change this to the alchemy table and move it around till we get the right place. Alchemy table, the very top one. We're going to have to scale it over, bring it down, probably scale it a bit because it's going to be a bit big. And we are probably also going to want to tilt it slightly so it looks good from the top. Do we want to have it kind of like that? I think. Maybe scale it just a tad bit more so it's not touching the sides. I think that's a good icon. Maybe bring it a little bit more from the top. Oops, no, can't do that now. I've kind of moved things around, not going the way I quite want. There we go. No, you know what? Let's just undo that. Let's just leave it where I think that's good enough for an icon. Hit Shelby. I'm gonna come over to here, render target, create static mesh texture, FT, build. I gotta remember how I named them. Build icon, I think. Alchemy table. There we are. Double click on it. We're gonna come into here. We're gonna change this into UI. Come on down here. Doot. And there's that. Now we got to go back into my build system. Alchemy table icon. Where is it at? Build icon. There it is. And that's everything. And we're going to come over here. Now we'll be able to build it just as if it was any other item. Currently, my character doesn't have any wood on him, but we'll go ahead and bring it here. We're going to jump to the very end. Oops. Alchemy table, there it is. See, here it's at. We can turn it around. We can place it anywhere we want. I think right about there is good. Exit. And I can build it if I had wood, but that means I'd have to break these things and it's going to take too long to break them. Because I have my character pretty weak right now. Come on. Well, oh, there's 3 pieces of wood. 1, 2, as you see, I'm adding pieces to it, and it's done. That is how you add a build item to the game. And we'll figure out why it's showing the forge items instead of the alchemy items right now. But anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, like, shares, and comments are always welcome. Any questions are also welcome. LordMaddog signing off.